Hello guys, and thanks for taking a minute of your time to watch this video. And in it, I'm going to go over the 7 things that you need to be doing in order to be successful as a seller on Amazon. Now, oftentimes when you talk about success on Amazon, you're getting into the tools, the tips, the tricks, the gadgets, and all about the physical part of doing Amazon. But in this video, we're going to talk about what it really takes to be successful, because no matter what endeavor you embark on, there's certain things that you're going to have to do, and your mind has to be right. So let's get right to it. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace. Let's go. Okay, guys, thanks so much for making the decision to continue on this video so that you could learn the 7 steps that you need in order to have success on Amazon. This is so very important. So let's get right into it. Now, remember, we're talking about success on Amazon. So the first thing you have to do is understand how you define success. It's not about how I define it or any other content creator out here. It's about how you define success. So let's get into step number 1. The first thing that I want you to do is understand the market, okay? At the end of the day, you're selling on Amazon. That's just the particular platform that you've chosen, but it doesn't matter whether you're at a brick and mortar store, Amazon, eBay, it doesn't matter. You have to have the right mindset, because at the end of the day, whether you're cognizant of it, whether you realize it or not, you're entering into the market. So what is your purpose? You need to know. Why are you doing this? You're doing this Amazon business. Why? That's your job to figure that out. But if you don't know, you're just meandering around with no real purpose. So what do I mean by understanding the market? Think about this for a second. If you have made the decision to join with Amazon, which is essentially what you're doing, you're partnering with Amazon. Where is Amazon today? What is Amazon doing today in terms of the marketplace, in terms of e-tailing, internet marketing? You have to understand something. I'm pretty sure Amazon is now valued at over $2 trillion. Think about what that means, because you got to understand, people are going to talk about these times. They're going to talk about what Amazon did in the year 2019, 2020. You are a part of that right now. You have to understand that's very significant, because when you realize where you are at this critical time where things are changing, and Amazon is on a trajectory right now, and you are a part of it, approach the market that way, so that when you go out to Amazon, understand that market, understand that customer, right? You don't want to walk into a marketplace. Imagine walking into the market, standing around going, hey, I want to make some money. And people are walking by, hey, I want to make some money. That's not how you do it. What you want to do is understand your market and understand the value that you're bringing to it. So that conversely, what you're saying is, hey, I got what you need. Hey, I've studied you. Here's what you want. Right here is where it is. You see the difference? And you see how that changes who you are, how you see yourself in the marketplace. That plays a crucial role, because you're very important to what is going on Amazon. When you're bringing things to the market, you are adding value to the market. You have to start from that point, understanding why you're doing this, what you're doing, and particularly what value are you bringing to the marketplace. Okay, number 2, and this ties right into it. Okay, guys, we're on step number 2. You need to have a goal. You need to set goals. Okay, that is very important. Why? Because that gives you the target that you're aiming at. Okay, when you come to this marketplace, when you make the decision, remember, this all starts with you making the decision that you're going to sell on Amazon. Now you have to set a goal. You can't just walk up saying, I want to make money on Amazon. I want to be successful on Amazon. Not good enough. Not good enough. You have to be specific. How much money do you want to make? How many products do you want to sell? In what period of time? You got to figure that out. That is your responsibility. Now you have a target. You see, if you're just doing this and you don't have a goal, then you have nothing to aim for. There's no way you can be successful when you, number one, haven't defined success, and two, haven't set a goal. Okay? How do you set a goal? I'm going to leave most of that up to you, but let me make an important note here. When you decide what your goal is, and remember, that might be a certain amount of money, that may be a certain amount of revenue, okay? When you do that, you need to write it down, okay? Now, you guys, we're into the 80s. I don't know how many videos we got. We're in over 80 videos. Go back and you'll watch me talking, working on the docks on a forklift, working in the yard, in a wagon, in a truck, out on the road. And what am I saying? I'm telling you guys, I have told you time and time again, I have a goal to do $10,000 a month in revenue on Amazon. And you know what happened? We met that goal and we exceeded it. Why? Because we had the goal to begin with. You have to have the goal. And so, you write the goal down. It's not that important. It's about as intricate and complicated as you want to make it. But the point is this: when you write the goal down, something happens. Okay. When you just think about it, that's good, because we do become what we think about. But when you write it down, whatever it may be, I want to make X amount of dollars, I want to sell this many, I want to get out of debt, whatever the goal is, when you write it down, now you've created a record of it. Something changes, okay? Something changes in your mind. Remember, I didn't say brain. Something changes in your mind. I like the way Bob Proctor talks about it. The brain is an electronic switching station. That helps you to be aware of your surroundings. That has to do with the thousands of or millions of things that are going on at the cellular level and all of that. That's your brain. We're talking about your mind. Your mind is what connects you to the infinite universe. You see what I'm saying? So when you write down the goals, that's where now your mind is connected. And studies have shown, okay, you can write that goal down, put that paper in a drawer, never see it again. And you got probably 70, 80% chance of actually reaching that goal. And I'm talking having never looked at it again, but something happens when you create that record of it. So remember, step number 2, you have to have a goal so that you have a target that you're going for. You can't hit a target that's not there. Then you want to take a moment, just take a moment out of your time to write the goal out clearly. Be clear about what it is. Now you've created a record and something has changed at that point in your mind. Okay. Number 3, this is very, very important. And guys, most of you already know this, but you have to be persistent. Okay. You have to be persistent. You can't start, stop. You have to continue on with this. And we're going to come back to that again. But for now, just understand, in order to be successful in this business or any other, you have to be consistent. You are fortunate if you're in the United States of America. You already got 80% of the problem solved by being in a country that allows you the freedom, the wherewithal, the leeway, and the resources to go after pretty much any dream you want to go for. You already got it. So you need to approach it that way. Feel blessed. Feel fortunate. Understand, you already got, and you didn't even work for that. You just happened to be born here. But you have to be persistent, because opportunity means nothing if you don't stick with that one opportunity that you chose. If you don't stick with it long enough to see something through. You'll be going from one opportunity to the next, and I've done it. I have done it. So, number 4, this is very important. You have to create habits. This is so important. If you're going to do this Amazon business, and we're talking Amazon, but it doesn't matter. Whatever business you're going to get into, you have to create the right habits, because it is the habits that get you the results that you're going to get. It kind of goes like this in a nutshell, guys. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. Your thoughts become things. And how does that happen? Because if you continually think about something and you allow it to lead to action, then the action and the repeated action becomes habit. And it is the habits that eventually get you the results that you're getting. All the results that you're getting right now in your life. Everything that you are, everything that you have is a direct result of the thoughts that you've been thinking up until this point. Your thoughts have led to action or inaction, which has led to a habit of taking action or a habit of inaction that is getting you the results that you're getting right now. So you have to create the habits. And how do you do that? You just continue. You're determined to do it. You keep doing it over and over again. And before you know it, it's just a habit. You look at some of my earlier videos, and the recent ones I'm talking about, where I mentioned I have gotten more into retail arbitrage, and that takes a lot of work because you got to constantly be going out to those stores. And I'm going to tell you something. It wasn't easy at first, but I created a habit of doing it, and now I don't even have to think about it. It just happens. So create the habit and allow that to get you to where you want to go. Creating habits is almost like putting your life on autopilot, because that's exactly what's going on. Everything you got right now is a direct result of the habits that you formed, and you don't even think about it anymore. It's literally on autopilot. Change the course and you'll change the destination. Okay, guys, so moving right along to step number 5, and that is find your niche. And remember, these tie in. Okay, once you create certain habits, when you create the habit of selling on Amazon, eventually it's going to happen, guys. I don't know where it's going to take you, but it's going to take you someplace. You're going to find your niche. In the beginning, you're going to be restricted because there's only certain categories that you can sell in. There's only certain stores that you're working with that you even know about. There's only certain online websites that you're dealing with. But over time, that's going to begin to open up, and you're going to start to have success in a particular area. Something's going to grab you, okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to start doing more and more in that particular category, no matter, it may be toys, it may be baby products, it may be whatever it is, but eventually you're going to learn that particular category, and you're going to start to get better and better, and you're going to expand within that niche. That's very important because Amazon is so vast. If you try to sell everything, which I've tried to do, you're going to be all over the place. And there's so many particulars, there's so many little nuances pertaining to a particular category. It's better to specialize. I have found that I got more success once I narrowed it down to a few categories, and mostly one. So finding your niche is very, very important. I talk about competition. Here's another example. I talk about competition. When you focus on a particular niche, you're going to end up competing against a few of the same people, and you all start to fill each other out and learn how to work together. It's kind of like having a car dealership. If you're on a strip with a few dealerships, and a lot of times that's how you see it, they're paying attention to each other. They're working together. They're working in the auto selling niche, and they're working amongst each other. So having a niche is very key. But remember, you're not just going to walk into this in a niche. In most cases, you're going to feel it out, and it will be brought to you. Okay, so don't stress over what niche am I going to get into. Get into it. Just get your hands dirty. Learn. it will be revealed to you over time. That's why you want to create the habit. Okay. Number 6, this is huge. This is so huge. And remember, all the videos, you know where I'm coming from at this point. You know that I work a regular job. You know that I'm not the guy. I am not the guy coming to you on video saying, fire your boss, quit your job, do this, do that. I'm saying keep your job, keep the benefits, keep the pension, but learn how to use Amazon to help you on the side, grow it, and then when the time comes, if it comes, you can move on. Okay, so given that, you're going to be just like me. You're only one person. You got a lot going on. And a lot of times you're going to feel like you're overwhelmed, because you will be overwhelmed. But let me tell you what I found. What I found is the resources that I need in terms of human resource are already in my life. Okay? And I'm going to put the responsibility on your shoulders. You don't have to do this by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. Okay? You're going to be limited. If you really want to grow the business, you're going to have to stop hoarding it all, trying to do everything by yourself, and you're going to have to start empowering other people to help you. It's okay in the beginning, because I know how this works. I've been in business for a long time. You're talking to your friends, you're talking to your family, you're talking to anybody that you can get to listen to you, because you have all of this inside of you and you have to let it out. You have to express it. So anybody that you can get to listen, you constantly talking about, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And this is what I'm doing now. And this is what I'm doing tomorrow. And it's all about you. It's all about me, me, me. Okay. And they'll listen to this stuff. Sometimes they're just being polite. Sometimes they're genuinely interested. But watch what happens here. Watch what happens. Because remember, you're going to be limited. And because of those limitations, you're going to be frustrated. Because of those limitations, you're going to see that you can only go so far. It's like having a computer that can only go so fast, a processor that can only handle so much. What I want to tell you is this. When you decide that you're ready to take your business to the next level, but you realize you're limited by being only one person, you have to start looking around for some help. And I'm not going to tell you to outsource to India, to find a virtual assistant in Bangladesh. I know about those things. I've done it myself. But what I have found is the best human resources that you could find are already in your life. Some of you guys have been around as long as me, 50 years. Some of you have been around 30 years, 40 years. That's long enough to know the people that are in your life that you can trust, the people that have enough intelligence that you could teach them the same things that I'm teaching you. You could teach them the same things that other content creators. You could send them to the same videos. They could learn what you're doing. And guess what? Now they're on your team. That changes the entire dynamic. And now when you talk to them about all these dreams and goals that you have, you're not saying me. You're not saying I. You're saying we. That changes everything. And in the beginning, they're going to feel kind of funny about it. What you mean we? But after a while, they're going to buy into it. And they're going to want to know what we're doing. They're going to want to know how many sales that we have. They're going to want to know what we need to be working on and how we're going to improve. You got a lot of people in your life. I don't know them. You know them. That's your job. I'm telling you, you know the people that have proven that they're going to go to work 20, 30 years. They've proven that they can be reliable. They've proven that they're not thieves, that they're not liars. But all they're going to do is go to work that job, and that's it. Until you give them something else. Until you enlist them on and say, hey, here's my dream. Won't you take it on with me? And now they have some direction. And they can take that honesty, that reliability, that persistence, and they can put it towards something that's bigger than themselves, because you got over yourself and allowed someone else in. Share your dream with other people and watch the magic. I'm going to tell you a short story about that. I've been doing this as a one-man show for a long time, and something happened. I finally brought on one of my best friends who's smarter than me when it comes to video production, smarter than me when it comes to all this technical stuff, much more consistent than me when it comes to going out and studying and learning about technology and how to use it, how to build websites, how to optimize and stuff like that. Things that, frankly, I'm really not interested in and I don't have the time for. It took a long time. My biggest regret is that I waited so many years before I finally got him to come on to my team. And let me tell you, I'm talking to you right now because of him. If it wasn't for him, this video would not be getting made. I've told you time and time again, I work a job. I wish it was 40 hours. It's 50, it's 60 hours a week. I got a family, I got a house, I got other things going on. I'm running the Amazon business. How am I gonna put the content out? I've made a decision that I'm gonna help people like you. But in order to do that, the video's gotta get done. It's not gonna happen because I just don't have the time. But you know what I did? I finally looked around me and what I needed was right there. And it has changed everything. Because when you bring somebody else in, they can see right through your bull. They can see right through your BS. You have to be careful. You have to protect yourself from you, because when you say you want to do things, that's great, because in the moment you feel great, right? What's the value of a feeling? Oh, it's priceless. So when you want to do all your yapping and when you want to do all your convincing yourself that you're going to be successful and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and when you're done, putting all this in everybody's ear who really don't want to hear it, when you're done and then you don't do it, guess what? You're going to accept the excuse that you give yourself. Bring somebody else on your team so that when you do all this talk and now when it doesn't happen, somebody's looking at you, going to hold you accountable. That's important, because when you are held accountable, things happen. Okay, so we just finished step number 6 and we got one more to go. But before we do that, I'm going to digress for just a second, because once you get through all of those first 6 steps that we talked about, I want you to know what to expect. It's very important. See, because when you know what to expect, then you're not hit by surprise. So you've done everything, you understand the market, you've set your goals, you're persistent, you create habits, you found your niche, you even enlisted the help of others. And now you know what happens? You get going on Amazon, and guess what? You get kicked in the face. That's called life, okay? If you're going to be successful, you have to understand you are going to have to overcome some things. I have found that it's extraordinary the amount of obstacles that are going to come. But it doesn't matter. You have to continue on. You need to expect this, because you are not any different than the rest of us. This is called life. This is going to happen. Okay, so put the thought in your mind, you're going to be challenged. You're going to be kicked in the teeth. That's how life is. You know, life is like, one of my favorite examples is life is like an escalator. The steps are just going and going, and you can stand there talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to get on there and I'm going to go up there where that's going, and that's going to be me someday. And life says, fine. Life is the set of escalator stairs. It's fine with you standing there while it just keeps on rolling. Then one day you say, I'm going to get on. And you finally get on the escalator so that you can start going somewhere. And then life starts kicking you in the face to kick you off of it. You understand? That is how it works. Because life just sits back and says, oh, you say you want this stuff? That's cool. Then you start actually going for it. And life says, oh, you really want all this stuff? Let's see how much you really want it. And life starts choking you. You see what I'm saying? And now you're looking back, and life is looking down on you saying, yeah, you said you wanted this. And you're looking up going, telling life, I don't want nothing. And that's because that's the rules. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make the rules. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this stuff for you. I'm going to tell you like it is. This ain't one of them feel-good channels. You guys know who I am, and you know what I stand for. I'm going to tell you like it is. Put the thought in your mind. You will be challenged. You don't get something for nothing. Not in this system. Okay, let me explain. What do I mean by that? What do I mean when I say you've made the decision, you've done all the steps, and now you're selling on Amazon? Let me give you an example. It's famous. You figure out a good product that you're selling. Everything's going good, and then all of a sudden the sales stop. And you go to look at the listing, you go out to Amazon to see what the customer is seeing. And where there was one, now there's two. And you know what? Somebody found out what you were doing because they spied on you. They're watching you. And every step you take, they take the same step. You bring out another product, there they go with the same product. And it's not enough. It's not enough for them to price it right where you are. No, that would mean sharing. No, they're gonna undercut you. You see? The sad part about that is this, and this is important that you know this right now. The sad part is if there were 2 of you selling the same product, if there were 5 of you selling the same product for the same price, Amazon would rotate evenly between all 5 of you. Amazon wants all of you to be successful because Amazon's making money off of each and every one of you. So if they could, they just rotate evenly, and guess what? Everybody would be just fine. And every step you take, someone could take that same step. And every product that you bring out, somebody could bring that product. And everybody would sell and be fine with it. Just like you got Target and you got Walmart and you got Aldi's. Okay, but no, that's not the way it's going to go. That's going to be a challenge for you. It's going to be frustrating. And you got to keep going anyway. What else is going to happen? Amazon's going to kick you in the face. The same platform that said, come on, come sell with us. Here's the reasons why. You got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. And you'll be selling a product doing really well with it. You think Amazon's not watching you? Amazon will take that product. All of a sudden, your sales will stop. You'll go out and look. Amazon will be selling it for the price that you're buying it at. So what do? You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to learn from it. You're going to move through it. You're going to be persistent if you want to be successful. And those are just 2 small examples of the things that are going to go wrong. But let me tell you something. So you better be listening right now. This is so important. The fact of the matter of the thing is this. We're talking about your success on Amazon. Your success will be determined by what you do when you get kicked in the face. Remember, it's easy for us to be jovial and happy and motivated and everything when everything's going right. Well, that doesn't determine your success. What determines whether or not you're going to have success is what you do every time you get kicked in the groin. Okay? Every time when everything is falling apart. And I'm telling you, if you're serious about this, if you're going to do this for any length of time, everything is going to fall apart. What do you do about it? You have to keep going. That's what determines whether or not you're going to win and be a success on Amazon. You need to expect that there are going to be challenges. Okay? So then that brings us to my final step 7. You can call it a bonus. It wasn't really necessary. Actually, no, it was necessary. Step 7 is the same as step 3. Be persistent. You have to persevere. You ever read the book Think and Grow Rich? Napoleon Hill talks about it. It's so important. Nothing can trump persistence. Perseverance. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is that you need to be successful will be brought to you. You don't know exactly what you need. Okay? Don't think that you're going to read books, attend seminars, go to webinars, and all this stuff that you think is so important. Yes, those things have their place. But the real learning, the real determining factor is going to be in your perseverance. How willing are you to stick through it? Your journey is different from mine. It may be similar, but it's going to have its own twists and turns. So if you're looking for all the answers in these videos, mine and other content creators, if you're looking at what books do I need to read, somebody was asking me the other day, what books did I read and stuff like that. That's a good question. I've read a few of the major ones, but what I found is this. I have found that it's more important to get out there and do than it is to sit down and read. The real education comes in getting in the trenches, okay? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with reading. I'm not saying that you shouldn't continue to absorb content, that you shouldn't do your affirmations and your meditation and all of that. I'm telling you that I have found that although those things have their place, what's most important is that you're out there doing the work. Do not delude yourself. Don't kid yourself because you read the latest New York Times bestseller and now you think that that's going to make you somehow better because you're affirming to yourself with your affirmations that you are this and you are that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but you have to do the work. You must do the work. So be persistent. Okay, guys. I hope this video was beneficial. I know I went on a lot, but I'm very passionate about this and I believe in this wholeheartedly. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, please give it a like, a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already so that you can be notified when we put out more information. Hit that bell notification button and also go to onlineinternetprofits.com and sign up for the free leads where we give away leads to help you find products. Thank you so much once again. This is What to Sell on Amazon. I'm Horace and I'm out.
Oh, yes.